Imagine a pale countess in a crimson gown, gazing from an old portrait. For centuries, Elisabeth Báthory has been remembered as the Blood Countess, a woman shrouded in horror and legend. They say she tortured and murdered hundreds of girls in her castle in search of eternal youth. Guinness once called her the most prolific female killer. But what if it was never true? Recent historians claim the bloodbath tale is fantasy, a myth created long after her death. A scholar called it a grim tale increasingly disputed. Could this be the real truth? Tonight, we journey into darkness to ask, was Bathory a killer drenched in blood, or a powerful woman destroyed by enemies and lies? Elisabeth Báthory was born in 1560 into a rich, powerful Hungarian family. Her uncle was a king, and her kin owned vast lands. In 1575, she married Count Nadasti. Only 15 years old, Bathory soon ran Countess castle while her husband fought in war. She was educated, noble, and by all early accounts, generous to her people. Historical sources even say she cared for the sick, giving medical help to the poor. She was no villain, at least not yet. But power breeds jealousy, and whispers began. At her husband's castle, it's said she was schooled in torture. Ferenc Nadasti allegedly showed her cruel games. But these tales are oral tradition, not facts. Still, the image stuck. A young countess in a cold fortress, learning darkness. Her name soon became legend, the cruel mistress of pain. But how much of it was true? By 1604, Ferenc was dead. Bathory ruled the estate, alone, rich, and female. Rumors rose, local girls vanished, peasants whispered, "Don't let your daughter serve her." She welcomed poor girls to her castle as servants. But many disappeared. No proof, just tales. Until noble-born girls were said to have died, that changed everything. Now the rumors were impossible to ignore. Screams in the night, a dungeon full of horrors. But again, no bodies, no records, just fear and gossip. Then came the most disturbing myth of all, that Bathory bathed in virgin blood. To stay young, to stay beautiful. But this detail appears only 100 years later. No trial record ever mentioned a bloodbath. It was invented long after she died. Yet it's the image that endures. A noble woman bathing in the blood of innocence. Books and movies love that image. But the real story? Far less clear. Horrifying, yes. But maybe not the legend we've been told. Maybe not at all. By 1609, King Matthias II sent investigators. In December, Bathory was arrested, with 4 servants. Witnesses claimed dozens were killed. But again, hearsay. Many witnesses had only heard rumors. Some testimonies were forced under torture. The trial of her servants was brutal. But Bathory herself never publicly tried. Her rank spared her. A public trial of a noblewoman could shame the crown. So they sealed her in her castle. In a bricked room, a prison of silence. There she remained, for 4 years, forgotten by the world, until she died in 1614, in her sleep, age 54. The legend was just beginning. Why would the king and nobles want her gone? Well, money helps. Matthias owed her family a large debt, conveniently wiped away after her arrest. Her lands were vast, her name powerful, her family was Protestant, her enemies Catholic. Plenty of reasons to destroy her, politically, religiously, financially. One historian said it best, her downfall benefited everyone, from nobles to the crown. Even her children inherited her estate after her disgrace. Still, some historians argue she committed real crimes. Bodies were found. Some servants confessed. But the wildest tales, bloodbaths, biting flesh, came much later. After her death, the myth grew. In 1744, a priest wrote a lurid account. And from there, the vampire queen of Hungary was born in the public imagination. Games, shows, novels, all portray her as a seductive monster. But Chaktice Castle is now a museum, a tourist trap built on horror and maybe lies. So was she a vampire? A monster? Or a victim? Historians say yes, some crimes likely happened, but not 600 murders, and certainly not bathing in blood. Modern records say the most grotesque details were invented. A smear campaign? Perhaps. Political slander? Possibly. The truth? Still debated. What we can say for sure is this. Elisabeth Báthory's story became a horror tale. One mixed with truth, legend, and fear of a powerful woman. Was she the greatest monster in history? Or was that just what history needed her to be? Let us know what you believe. Because sometimes the darkest stories hide the deepest truths.